Welcome to Roseburg's Legion Field, home of the Dr. Stewarts and the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Coverage of this tournament game is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. Let's head to the field.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Legion Field in the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament for the state of Oregon, hosted by your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. We welcome you into tonight's broadcast of Dr. Stewarts Baseball on the radio on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, but also streaming tonight online at 541radio.com. Thanks to sponsorship from Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. We are getting ready for the Doc Stewarts to take on the Hillsboro Barbers as these two teams meet up in an elimination game this evening. One team will move on. The other team is done for the season. And we welcome you into our Budget Lumber pregame show. Everything you need at great low prices. Budget Lumber on Diamond Lake Boulevard, where they strive to be lumber one. Looking like we're staying on time after a couple of lopsided slow games, but they ended early due to the mercy rule. So it looks like we are staying on track here in day two of the tournament. We should be on target for a 7 o'clock first pitch here this evening. Coming up in the Budget Lumber pregame show, we'll get a chance to talk with our final player interview. Brody Black will be our guest here in the pregame show coming up in just a few moments. But as we make our way towards first pitch, we will get a chance to talk with head coach Scott Shaver. We talk with him. It's our Oregon pregame coach, or our Oregon Coach Crafters pregame coaches interview. Oregon Coach Crafters, the best care in RV services and repair. And we talk with head coach Scott Shaver here in the pregame show. Here in pregame, talking with head coach Scott Shaver. It's our pregame coaches interview brought to you by Oregon Coach Crafters. Coach, tough one for you guys yesterday, first day of the tournament. It was really a great day with a lot of great baseball. That final game was obviously exciting and fun to watch, but for you guys, it was a tough pill to swallow, losing in a walk-off at the end when you guys had a 2-run victory going to the bottom of the seventh. Coming away from that one, you've been in these situations playing in the postseason before. How do you kind of turn the page from a difficult loss like that and try to come back knowing that elimination is right there haunting you guys?
Well, first off, you stay up most of the night thinking about it. After that, I talked to the boys earlier today before we hit. You leave it up to them. It's their choice. I can give them great speeches. I can tell them what they need to do. We talked about the fact we're going to see a left-hander, how we need to beat him, what we need to do that way. We're as prepared as we're going to get, but the ultimate choice is up to them. And you be playing a loser-out game on the second day is a tough thing. You either got to come get it or you don't, and we're gonna see together. I love this group of guys. They're a great group of kids. They've worked hard for us all summer long. They've done some great things and made great strides playing baseball. Today is about that gut check. It's about being able to pick yourself up after you've been big gut shot a little bit and be able to come back and do their thing.
Today in games earlier, we've seen a couple of lopsided ones after a day that had a lot of close baseball yesterday. Day two of the tournament when, things are maybe a little bit more loose, I guess, because you've gotten those maybe early jitters out of the way, or maybe a little bit more tired after day one with all the stress of trying to stay in the winner's bracket. We start to see a little bit more lopsided scores. Is there something about day two that kind of leads to that?
Oh, absolutely. You're seeing a lot of these guys, because we came out so close to the Super Regional, you're seeing that day 4, day 5 guy because the ones roll back on tomorrow. So today's about getting your offense ready to go. It's about playing good defense behind a guy that's going to throw you strikes and staying mentally ready. Tournament baseball's tough. It's a tough format. You got to come day after day and come get it. So, you're going to see some lopsided victories and stuff. We're hoping to play Portland tight. It's a team that we split up on during the regular season, and we'll see what we do tonight.
as you guys get into it here. It is, you mentioned playing in the super regional. Guys have gotten deeper in their lineups, their rotations going into it. For you guys, you had the luxury of not having to go through that super regional round. How do you feel like you guys shape up here for tonight in a game that you got to win?
You know, Cody Johnson gave us a good game yesterday. He threw lights out, has the last 3-4 starts, has been excellent for us, kept us in a ball game, gave us a chance to win. We'll go with Zach Mandera today. He's had 2 good starts in a row. He's our guy. You know, we have complete faith in what he does, and we're going to play behind him. So I think we're in good shape. I like where we're at. It's just a matter of going and playing baseball.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
That is head coach Scott Shaver here. It's our Oregon Coach Crafters pregame coaches interview. We'll take a quick break. We come back with more of the Budget Lumber pregame show. We'll get a chance to catch up with Brody Black when we return here online at 541radio.com as we bring you the AAA State Tournament presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker for Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And we are also listening to Docs Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Swimming season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Reese's Pieces. Popcorn with butter.
Starburst.
Popcorn.
Okay.
Skittles.
Popcorn.
Swedish Fish.
Oh. Reese's Pieces.
Best snack for movies? Oh, buttered popcorn.
Okay. Back here in our pregame as we get ready for the Doc Stewarts, trying to stave off elimination here tonight from the state tournament. We wrap up our series of player interviews for the season as we get a chance to catch up with Brody Black. It's our Umpqua Dairy player interview for the day. Brody, thanks for making the time here with us, your first season here on Doc Stewarts. And I like to always ask the guys about getting the news that you're going to be with the team. And for you, you're not one of the young guys that are getting a chance to be here. You've worked your way and finally get a chance to be here with the team. How excited were you when you got the call from Coach Shaver to tell you you're going to be with the Docs this summer?
I was very excited, and it was pretty special for me because my dad played for this program, and I knew my brother was going to make the team, so that was pretty cool too. And last year I got to be with the team and for practice for the first couple weeks, and so I had a feel of what the program was going to be like, but I was really excited to be a part of it in its entirety, so that was pretty cool for me.
As you guys make your way through, I had gotten to ask people about this all sorts of times. I even asked Jonathan Stone about playing with his brother because his brother came back around. But playing with your brother and getting a chance to play on the Doc Stewarts together, you mentioned that having family be a part of this, and now you guys get to be a part of it together. How cool is that for you?
It's amazing. Like, it's really fun. We've been together off and on since T-ball, really. Like, every other year we've been together, and knowing that my career is coming to an end slowly but surely, that it's kind of it's fun playing with him, and I hope he learns a little bit from me. I always learn some stuff from him, and I hope next couple of years he has success without me.
The entourage has come, the paparazzi is showing up, and they always make our interviews interesting when everybody else decides to come and join us and be a part of it. Brody Black here with us as we continue our player interviews. Jonathan Stone has to take a knee to be able to be at my level here looking up to Brody Black. This season, it seems like it's been a fun one for you guys as you guys get kind of to this point in the year. The season's on the line, but how fun has it been to be spending the summer with these guys?
This group of guys is probably...
goofy group of guys.
Yeah, this group of guys is probably hands down the most fun group of guys I've ever played with, and I'm going to miss them after this year. And there's a lot of talent with these young, we're a very young team. There's a lot of talent here. In the next couple of years, we're going to grow and be a lot better, but being part of this team is definitely a season I'm never going to forget, and I am very fortunate to play with these guys.
You just wrapped up your senior season at Roseburg High School. How would you kind of put what would you think about your senior season? Football, into wrestling, then into baseball to wrap it up. Busy year for you in your senior year, but how do you think things went? What do you look back and remember from that senior year of high school?
Things went by. The first thing I want to say is that it went by crazy fast. I felt like a month long, all 3 seasons. But football was fun. I didn't play my junior year because I had some injuries that were kind of lingering with me. But senior year, I was excited to come out, and I had fun doing that. And then wrestling, I'm not experienced in that. I don't consider myself a wrestler, but Coach Lander turned me into somewhat of a wrestler. Research, I got second place in the JV this year, and that was really exciting for me. Then baseball, I didn't quite have the success I wanted to, but at the same time, I had a lot of fun. I got to play with my brother again, so that was always good, and we had a pretty good run in the playoffs. We ended earlier than we should have, but it was a lot of fun, and then all of it leading to summer. I knew the summer was going to be a lot of fun, so I had a good senior year, and I don't really regret anything. So,
moving forward from that, what kind of things you're looking forward to coming up next year?
Next year, going to UCC, studying business there, and then I'm going to transfer up to Oregon State after that. But I'm just excited to get into adult life, and I can get a job coming up here pretty soon, the next couple weeks. So I'm just excited to see what it's like to be out in the real world, as my dad says. So I'm just excited to get into all the adult things that I'm going to do, and just excited to see what happens next chapter of my life.
All right, congratulations on making it through. The paparazzi showing up. Now they're all yelling at us. Go have fun with your what hopefully isn't the final game of the season, but thanks so much, Brody.
Yep, thank you, Joey.
All right, Brody Black there as we continue with our series of player interviews throughout the season. That's the last one we have. We talked with Cade Meisner yesterday. We'll get that one as well as the one here with Brody Black up online here when we get their next opportunity to do so, and then we'll be able to have all the player interviews posted up online, and you'll be able to check them out on their player bio pages coming up here real soon. So go ahead and check that out. It's at 541radio.com. On the 1490 The Score homepage, go to Doc Central and click on the player bio page. All right, we'll get ready for our first pitch from tonight's action for you as the Doc Stewarts take on well, now I've been watching too many baseball games. Doc Stewart's playing an elimination game. They take on the Hillsboro Barbers, that is correct, as they look to try and stay alive here at the state tournament at home. Back with more of your Budget Lumber pregame show after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue. Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back here at Legion Field, where the Doc Stewarts get ready to take on the Hillsboro Barbers in an elimination game. One team moves on, the other team done for the year. As we get ready for first pitch, we'll have your starting lineups here in just a moment. But before the national anthem, want to take a look at the settings for tonight's action here at Legion Field. Sun starting to make its way towards the horizon. We'll be setting here in the next hour and a half. 94 degrees as we get ready for first pitch of today's ball game. Temperatures have been in the 90s for a while, topped out at about 97 this afternoon. It's been a warm and muggy day here at Legion Field today. Hazy skies overhead with some, I think it's maybe a little bit of wildfire smoke, as well as we also have a little bit of cloud cover coming in as well. So a little hazy cloud cover overhead, but still a nice and bright day as the shadows start to creep across the field here at Legion Field. But again, 94 degrees as we get ready for first pitch. That's your weather report brought to you by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Doc Stewarts will wear the black tops with the blue numbers outlined in orange on the back, gray trousers, black socks. It's the red tops with the black numbers on the front and the back for the Barbers, white trousers, black caps with the red bills for the designated visiting team. That is your Hammer Sport uniform description as we get ready for first pitch. Douglas County's hottest custom sportswear store is Hammer Sport for custom team jerseys, hats, and more. Find them in downtown Roseburg on Jackson Street. It's an elimination game. We've got first pitch coming up. That'll do it for the Budget Lumber pregame show here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Reese's Pieces. Popcorn with butter.
Starburst.
Popcorn.
Okay.
Skittles. Popcorn.
Swedish fish.
Reese's Pieces.
Best snack for movies? Oh, buttered popcorn.
Okay. And we welcome you back here to Legion Field as we get ready to go for the first pitch of tonight's elimination game, the final game of day 2 of the tournament. The color guard will make their way off the field after a rendition of the national anthem performed by Kenny Sherman. Kenny, surprising me, does a nice job with that national anthem. Color flag will make their way off. We do appreciate them providing the color guard. I'm not sure exactly who it is providing the color guard for us here during the tournament. It has been for the nightcap when the Doc Stewarts have been on the field that they have had the color guard. But it is a nice touch and an added element for the American Legion State Tournament here at Legion Field. All right, the pregame festivities are done, and it's time to get things started here as the Doc Stewarts and the Hillsboro Barbers play with a lot on the line here tonight. For the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, they come in, they've lost 5 straight, 22-21. All 5 have been here at home, 4 straight against against Medford. Then they lost yesterday in a heartbreaker against Corvallis. They come in 22-21. For the Barbers, they are 28-11 on the season. They lost yesterday against Dallas Post 20, a 10-8 score in that one. We'll talk more about how we get to this ball game coming up, but let's go ahead and first take a look at our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the designated visiting team, the Hillsboro Barbers. Leading things off, playing in center field, it is Mickey Thompson. Rowan Ramsey, the shortstop, will bat second, followed by right fielder Christian Cooney. Ian Lawson is the DH. He'll bat cleanup, followed by Patrick Mushkat, the first baseman, hitting fifth. The catcher is Dylan McNeil. He'll bat in the sixth spot, followed by Justin Herzog, the third baseman. Jared Gordon is the second baseman. He hits eighth, and rounding out the starting lineup is Alex Garcia, playing in left field. He's the 9-hitter for head coach Joe Duran and the Hillsboro Barbers. The coaches exchanging lineup cards at home. On the mound for the Doc Stewarts, the home team for this one after playing as the visiting team last night against Corvallis. Doc Stewarts will send Zach Mandera to the mound. He's thrown in 48 2/3 innings, has a 3-3 record with 1 save this year, a 3.59 ERA, 31 strikeouts, 16 walks this season for Zach Mandera. On the mound, he will throw into Kyler Leischner behind the plate. Jonathan Stone out at first. Luke Lucido will start at second base. Cody Johnson gets to start at short. Cade Meisner at third. In the outfield from left to right, Doran Gillespie, Garrett Russell, and Jet Black. That is your look around the diamond at tonight's defensive starters for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. And the look around the diamond brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment, where the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. Both these teams looking to stay alive in the tournament. Last year, the Barbers went 2-2 at the state tournament, got into the winner's bracket, but then lost a game, won to stay alive, and then lost again as their tournament was done. But they played 4 games last year, got within a day of making it into the championship game. Here today, both teams looking to try and extend their tournament to at least a third day of action. Already, we've got the team set up for most of tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to start out with the 1 o'clock game. Mid-Valley will take on the winner of this one in a loser-out game. Then at 4 o'clock, Salem and Corvallis will square off in another loser-out game. And then in the championship bracket, Medford and Dallas will square off as the two teams still unbeaten in the tournament. Zach Mandera on the mound is going to try to get the Docs out to a good start. Last game for the Doc Stewarts against Corvallis, Cody Johnson pitched a heck of a ball game, went 6 1/3 innings. He had only given up 1 run through 6 innings, but in the 7th, Corvallis, they get a leadoff homer against Cody Johnson, got him back to within 1 as the Docs led 3-1 going to the bottom of the 7th. A strikeout was the first out, but then Franklin Leonard drew a walk and then single at the top of the lineup for Corvallis, and they were able to tie the game and then won the game on a wild pitch by Noah Burke, who came on in relief, got 1 out, but then threw the wild pitch with a runner on at third. The game-winning run came in for Corvallis, and the Marquette men were able to steal a victory late in that game against the Doc Stewarts. They stayed in the winner's bracket, but they lost just earlier against the Dirtbags, 12-2 in 5 innings. So they fall into an elimination game coming up tomorrow as well. First pitch of the ball game underway, and it's outside for ball 1. And tonight's contest has begun. Zach Mandera on the mound facing Mickey Thompson, the center fielder. The 1-0 pitch, Thompson squaring to bunt. He'll take for a strike, about belt high, a 1-1 count. 1 day into the tournament for Mickey Thompson. He pitched yesterday for for Hillsboro as he takes another strike to go to a 1-2 count. And he did not hit. They used a DH for him yesterday. So batting for his first time in the tournament here tonight is 1-2 pitch from Mandera. He slaps at a pitch, hits it to second base. Luke Lucido gets it to Jonathan Stone to retire the first batter. One away on the ground out to second for Mickey Thompson. Rowan Ramsey will bat next. Ramsey had a couple of homers against the Doc Stewarts when the Docs played at Liberty High School against Hillsboro earlier in the regular season. We'll see what Mandera can do against him here as the first pitch, a breaking ball, misses outside behind the plate. Kyler Leischner reaching to get to it. The 1-0 delivery is just a little high, and the count goes 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes for Ramsey, the shortstop. Takes outside, the count goes 3-0. For Hillsboro, they lost 10-8 against Post 20 yesterday. They were down 9-8 after 5 innings, but gave up a run in the bottom of the 6th as a 4-pitch walk issued to Ramsey will put him on at first with 1 away. They trailed 9-8 after 5 innings, gave up a run in the bottom of the 6th, had 2 runners in scoring on base in the top of the 7th. That means the game-tying run was on, but Hillsboro was unable to bring them around to tie the game up in the top of the 7th, and they lost against the Dirtbags yesterday to fall into this elimination game. 1 on, 1 away, and up next is Christian Cooney, who will take a strike over the plate to begin 0-1 in his first at-bat of the evening. Cooney, I do not believe he has played against the Docs this season. He wasn't with the team the previous 2 meetings, 4 meetings against the Docs and Hillsboro. So he takes a strike on the inside corner from Mandera to give him an 0-2 count. He was here, though, for the game yesterday. Cooney went 1 for 3. He had a homer in that ball game. Had 2 RBI as well as a throw over to first base. Ramsey back in safely. 0-2 count right now against Christian Cooney. Mandera's 0-2 pitch. Again, a throw over to first, and Ramsey back in safely. The winner of this one will move on to face Mid-Valley coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The loser is eliminated. Another throw over there, and Ramsey just ahead of the tag from Jonathan Stone. Ramsey does have good speed. Does not go on the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. Last outing for Zach Mandera came in the regular season final series against the Medford Mustangs. He ended up taking a loss in that one. A 1-2 pitch, ground ball towards short. Cody Johnson kicks it around. That ball he did actually kick it. He'll have to chase it down back behind third. So Cooney will get on. Be an error for the Doc Stewarts. Up to second base goes Ramsey. He thought about trying to take third, but did not. First error of the ball game for the Docs. Johnson lost it out of his glove, then physically kicked the ball away from him. Ian Lawson, the DH, cleanup hitter, stands in with 1 out and 2 on, and he takes the first pitch for a called strike. Mandera in his last outing, last start, it was against Medford. Docs lost 5-3 in that game. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 7 hits and 4 runs. There's a pitch outside in the dirt, and Leischner knocks it down to hold Ramsey out at second base. Good effort behind the plate for the Docs catcher. Mandera was touched up for 4 runs in that loss to Medford, but none of them earned. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts for him in that game. The 1-1 here, it's a foul ball off the bat. Very into the bat there for Ian Lawson. Strike 2 against him. Zach had a 3-2 lead after the 4th inning, but gave up 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Again, none of them earned. So a tough one there for him against Medford. His 1-2 pitch for Lawson's a breaking ball outside. The count will go 2-2. Ian Lawson, 1 for 3 yesterday, had a double in the ball game against Post 20. Just 4 hits in that game for the Barbers, though. 2-2 pitch. That ball in the air out towards right center on the run. Garrett Russell won't get there. Jet Black will knock it down. A run's going to come in for Hillsboro. 1 run. They're going to hold the runner at third. And Luke Lucido will run the ball in. It is a 1-out double for Ian Lawson. Scores a run. Still just 1 out for Zach Mandera here in the first inning.
The next batter, number 19, Patrick Mushkot.
Scoring was Rowan Ramsey from second. First to third for Christian Cooney. One nothing the score. 2 runners on in scoring position for Hillsboro. First pitch, a called strike now against Patrick Mushkat, the first baseman from Central Catholic High School. 0-1 pitch coming up for him. That pitch is low for ball 1. Doc's Baseball here on 1490 The Score, brought to you by Cruise Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Mushkat. Gives him a 1-2 count. Top of the first inning, Hillsboro striking first, leading 1-0, only 1 away right now. The 1-2, pitch goes through the legs for Leischner, and a run will come in to score on the wild pitch. Right in front of our field mic down there. Wild pitch, bringing a run in. 2-2 count now for Mushkat. Cooney scores from third. Sliding to his right. Leischner unable to get in front of that one. 2-0 to score. Hillsboro in front. 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. Docs will be facing off against Blake Crippen on the mound. They've seen him before. Full count pitch. 1 away, a man at third. Just outside. Ball 4. That puts runners on the corners here as the first inning will get a little lengthy for Zach Mandera. He'll face the 6th batter. Dylan McNeil will come up. McNeil catching in this ball game for the Barbers. Dylan McNeil for Hillsboro yesterday. McNeil went 1 for 3 with a double. His first pitch misses outside on a breaking ball for a 1-0 count. So the Docs putting themselves behind the 8 ball here early. We'll hope to get some offense. Mandera is a guy that typically gets stronger as the night wears on. His 1-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Thanks for everybody tuning in to watch tonight's ball game, streaming online at 541radio.com. It's presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. 1-1 pitch is low. The count will go 2-1 now for McNeil. Online streaming of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament is also sponsored by Tim's Appliance Outlet Store. They have carloads of near-perfect refrigerators up to 70% off MSRP with full warranty, factory warranties. A ground ball to second, throw to first, and they'll get the double play to finish things off here in the first inning. McNeil grounds. It's Lucido to Johnson to Stone to finish it off. It's the basketball trio on the right side of the infield, and I guess shortstop as well. We could better include that there. That's on the left side, Joey. All right, that'll wrap it up here in the top of the first. It is a 2-0 score for the Portland Barbers. They get 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 Doc Stewart error, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. You're watching Docs Baseball, streaming online at 541radio.com, and also on the radio on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Bottom of the first inning, Docs Baseball here on 1490 The Score is sponsored by optometrist Dr. Bonnie Gower. She's here to open your eyes to more options when it comes to your vision. To find out more or to schedule an appointment, call her at 440-2590. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for head coach Scott Shaver in his 11th year with the Doc Stewarts. It's Doran Gillespie leading things off for the Docs, followed by Garrett Russell, the center fielder. Jonathan Stone at first base hits third. The DH, Brody Black, will bat cleanup, hitting for Zach Mandera. Luke Lucido, the second baseman, stands in fifth, followed by Cody Johnson, the shortstop. Kyler Leischner, the catcher, will hit seventh. Cade Meisner, the third baseman, will bat eighth, and the right fielder batting ninth is Jet Black. That is your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. They face Blake Crippen, who is on the mound, a lefty. That'll start things off here in the bottom of the first against Doran Gillespie. First pitch for Doran is in for strike one, and we're underway in the bottom of the first. Doc Stewart's the home team after a flip to decide the home team before the game. Gillespie, 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI in the loss for the Docs against Corvallis. He pops one up in foul territory that will fall. And he's quickly got an 0-2 count. Ended the regular season batting .313, then batting .500 here in the tournament with an RBI. Gillespie trying to get stuff started. He batted in the leadoff spot yesterday. May not be the first time this season he had, but it's definitely a limited spot for him. He has not batted leadoff much for the Doc Stewarts this year. He does also hold the team lead for home runs with 2. The 0-2 pitch for Gillespie gets underneath it, fouls it away, stays at an 0-2 count. Look around the diamond defensively, brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment. On the mound, Blake Crippen. Behind the plate, Dylan McNeil. Patrick Mushkat at first, Jared Gordon at second, Rowan Ramsey at short, and Justin Herzog at third. In the outfield from left to right, Alex Garcia, Mickey Thompson, and Christian Cooney. The lefty Crippen delivers in. It's a ball pulled towards third base. Herzog in front of it, and his throw to Patrick Mushkat is knee-high for the first out. Gillespie will ground out to start things off for the Doc Stewarts. One away as Garrett Russell will bat next. Well, Russell 0 for 1 yesterday with a run scored.
The next batter, number 1,
for Garrett Russell. He was hit by a pitch twice in the 9 spot yesterday. So he just ended up 0 for 1. The first pitch, he did square to bunt, offers at it, and it's strike one. Russell, of course, a gifted bunter and likes to do so for base hits when he can. Back at third base, Herzog is playing back. Russell not showing a bunt there, but he takes for strike 2. Quickly finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Bottom of the first, it's a 2-0 ball game. My buddy from the Lions Den looks like he's making his way up here. Pitch in the dirt. Tri-tip tonight, right? Oh, tri-tip and beans and potato salad. These guys treat me well. It's like they like me or something. Thank you to Rick and everybody down in the Lions Den. They do a great job, and it's been a great tournament so far. 1-2 pitch for Russell. Slaps it foul first base side. The Lions Den, again, if you're making your way down here for any of these tournament games, make sure you have a couple of bucks to spend over there, but they also take debit cards as well. 1-2 pitch inside, and a check swing. Russell did not go around, and he's got a 2-2 count. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first, Docs trailing 2-0 against Hillsboro. 2-2 pitch. It's low. Scoots away from the catcher, McNeil. Count will go full. They've got all your usual fare down there, but as the night game rolls around, they have been treating themselves by cooking up some fancier fare down there in the Lions' Den. Last night it was steak. Tonight it's tri-tip. Full count pitch. Russell pulls it foul down the third base side and out. Oh, I was going to say out of the stadium, but it just stayed in. I think it hit some tree limbs and then knocked back in the stadium down there in the bullpen. So didn't quite make it out. Full count remains for Russell. Again, the 3-2 from Crippen. Ground ball comebacker. It's snagged by Crippen. He'll race it over to first and underhands it to Mushkat for the second out. 2 down. A lengthy battle there for Russell. That's at least a positive to take away from that one, but he is out number 2, and Jonathan Stone will bat next for the Doc Stewarts, hitting with 2 outs and nobody on base. Jonathan Stone, the big righty at first base, has been one of the team leaders in batting average throughout much of the season. Comes in hitting .358 into the postseason as he takes the first pitch low for ball 1. He was 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. He tries to get something started for the Doc Stewarts here in the bottom of the first. He swings and fouls one off. A 1-1 count. Blake Crippen, the lefty, delivers. That ball to the first base, and it's picked up by Mushkat. He'll take it himself, and that wraps up things in the first inning for the Doc Stewarts. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's a 2-0 ball game heading to the second as the Doc Stewarts go down in order in the bottom of the first. You're watching Docs Baseball and coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament, brought to you by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to the Docs Baseball game on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Doc Stewarts in the first inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors.
Swimming season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Tournament sponsor is Clint Newell Motors. A lot of support from Clint Newell Motors throughout the years of Dr. Stewart's baseball as well as the state tournament. So, thanks for
top of the second inning, it's a 2-0 lead for Hillsboro as they look to try and stay in the tournament. Their 7, 8, 9 hitters will come up against Zach Mandera. It's the third baseman Justin Herzog, a left-handed batter, to lead things off. First pitch is in for strike 1. Docs Baseball tonight on 1490 The Score, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 0-1 pitch to Herzog. He takes for strike 2. The third baseman, 7-hitter. Then you've got Jared Gordon, the second baseman, and Alex Garcia, the left fielder. Pitch outside to the lefty. A 1-2 count now for Zach Mandera. Herzog takes outside again. His count will go 2-2. Justin Herzog yesterday went 1 for 3 in the tournament, had a single. Also had a run scored and 1 strikeout. Puts a ground ball foul down the first base side. Keeps his at-bat going. Wind right now blowing in a bit from left field towards the right field foul line. The 2-2 is high for ball 3. Wind has been knocking down a few of them today, but early on this morning we saw a 3-run homer that hit the scoreboard in left center. I think that's the first time I've ever seen anybody hit the scoreboard, as Herzog puts one high up in the air. Calling for it is Cody Johnson, and the shortstop makes the play. Zach Mandera looked like he wanted to call for it at first, but that's a tough one for the pitcher to backpedal off the mound and make the play. He does the wise thing and gives way to Cody Johnson, who also did the smart play and calls off Zach Mandera. They usually say, especially if it's behind the mound, that is not a pitcher's ball. That is an infielder's. First pitch, a strike called on the outside corner against Jared Gordon. He'll take for ball 1. 1-1 count now for Hillsboro's second baseman, swinging and missing. And he goes to a 1-2 count against Mandera, who's looking to come back with a 1-2-3 inning. Gordon was 0 for 1 yesterday. Fouls back a pitch. Stays at a 1-2 count. He was 0 for 1 yesterday, had just the one plate appearance. His second at-bat of the tournament, a 1-2, and he swings and misses for strike 3. He'll go down, second out of the top of the second for Zach Mandera, and he gets it with a Joe's Towing strikeout. Don't strike out when you get stuck. Call Joe's Towing, your local professionals. 2 down. For those of you online at 541radio.com, you're watching our AAA American Legion State Tournament. It's sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. First pitch called strike now to the 9-hitter, Alex Garcia, the left fielder. The final batter in the first time through the lineup. He fouls off a pitch for strike 2. Garcia, his first action of the tournament, didn't play yesterday against Post 20. The 0-2 pitch to him. He watches it go by high for ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes for Zach Mandera, looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Ground ball to short. Cody Johnson across to Jonathan Stone. Final out made, and the Doc Stewarts get through the second inning without giving up any more damage. Trail 2-0. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 2-0 is our score as we head to the bottom of the second. Doc Stewart's trailing the Barbers by 2. You're watching American Legion Baseball from the state tournament online at 541radio.com and listening to Doc's Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490. The Score.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Welcome back to Legion Field, home of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Brody Black leads things off for the Doc Stewarts, who trail 2-0 against the Hillsboro Barbers. Blake Crippen on the mound misses high and away for ball 1. Brody was 2 for 3 yesterday as the DH for the Doc Stewarts. Finished the regular season batting .349. He puts one off the first base bag into right field, and he's on with the leadoff single here in the second. And he continues to hit well this summer. Gets a little bit of a lucky bounce there. But the Doc Stewarts will take whatever they can get. A little bit of baseball luck is definitely something they will accept. Leadoff single for the Docs. Brody Black on it first as Luke Lucido will come up to hit next. Docs baseball here on the Score, brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. First pitch to Lucido is inside for ball one. Luke Lucido yesterday was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Finished the regular season batting an even .300. His 1-0 pitch from Crippen. The lefty gets him to foul it back to the screen. Evens up the count at a ball and 1 strike. Blake Crippen faced the Doc Stewarts when they played up at Liberty High School in Game 2. He got the start, went 5 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts. He was the winning pitcher in that game against the Doc Stewarts. The 1-1 for Lucido fouled away. And Luke now with a 1-2 count. So Crippen is familiar with the Docs, and the Docs are familiar with him. Lucido back in, a 1-2 count with Brody Black at first base. Crippen is pitched to the plate. Lucido fouls it down the right field side. It will get out of play. Stays a 1-2 count. Doc's got Crippen to get up a little bit. 15 pitches in the first inning. Extended him just a little, and that a lot thanks to the long at-bat for Garrett Russell. Pitch counts, of course, a big concern here in a tournament setting where you play 5 straight days if you're hoping to make it all the way to the end. So you need to have guys available. So pitch counts, the longer a guy goes, the less he is available for you at the end of the tournament. 1-2 pitch here for Crippen. Lucido fouls off another one to stay alive. 3 straight foul balls for him. Crippen, again, having to work against another Doc Stewart's hitter. Cody Johnson, the shortstop, unfortunately the losing pitcher yesterday. He waits on deck. Nobody out, a man at first for the Docs here in the bottom of the second. Lucido, another foul ball. He is close, just hasn't been able to square one up against Crippen so far. Docs with their first hit of the ball game as Brody Black had that single to right field off the first base bag. Docs had gone down in order in the first inning. They trailed 2-0 here in the bottom of the second, trying to get at least a little bit back against the Barbers, see if they could even it up or maybe take a lead with a big inning. The 1-2 from Crippen. That ball in the air out towards left field, drifting foul for Lucido. Was ahead of it. And that's got to be at least 6 straight foul balls for Luke Lucido in this at-bat. Luke starting at second base. Yesterday he had tape on both wrists. Today only one wrist, his left wrist. So he's got his throwing arm untaped. 1-2, swing and a miss. He goes chasing the high fastball. Strikeout for Blake Crippen, his first of the ball game. Lucido gave him a good challenge, but comes up empty in the at-bat. 1 away. Still at first base is Brody Black. Cody Johnson will hit next. Team leader in the regular season in RBI for the Doc Stewarts. Comes in to the postseason batting .301. His first at-bat of the postseason after getting DH'd yesterday as the starting pitcher. He'll take a pitch high for ball 1 up near the hands. Cody, starting pitcher, they had debated back and forth on whether or not they wanted to let him hit for himself, but Coach Shaver likes to let the pitchers just focus on pitching. So even if they are a hot hitter, he likes to still DH them. So pitch misses high for Cody, and he's got a 2-0 count. So that's why you see Zach Mandera, who's a quality hitter for the Docs. Cody Johnson. These guys, they get DH'd for when they're pitching. 2-0 pitch from Crippen is high for ball 3. Brody Black at first after the leadoff single. Crippen on the mound hasn't really paid a whole lot of attention to him. Brody not a big threat to steal. The 3-0 pitch is high for ball 4. It's the first walk issued by Blake Crippen. So Crippen gives up the free pass to Cody Johnson on 4 straight pitches. Runners at first and second now for the Doc Stewarts. They didn't want to let Cody Johnson hurt him, so now they go to Kyler Leischner. Leischner finished the regular season, .284 batting average. Leischner, his first at-bat of the postseason as well, after Zach Holland started at catcher yesterday. Leischner takes over behind the plate here in this one. Leischner looking to try and help the Docs out here. They trail 2-0, bottom of the second. First pitch, fastball on the corner for a strike. Lefty versus righty matchup. That'll be the case with no Zach Holland in the lineup. All Doc Stewart's batters hit from the right side of the plate. So a bunch of righties against the lefty. The 0-1 pitch here for Crippen, with 2 runners on. Pitch upstairs, maybe a little out off the plate, a 1-1 count. Coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament online at 541radio.com is sponsored by Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse. 1-1 delivery from Crippen. Is outside on the breaking ball, a 2-1 count. His catcher didn't help him out any there. Get ready for the hunting season with Sportsman's Warehouse. They carry the gear, rifles, ammos, and bait that you need for your next hunt. Get to Sportsman's Warehouse and take it outside. 2-1 pitch for Leischner. He chops one towards second. Took a while to get there. They get the out at second. The throw to first. Got him just by a step. And the double play will finish out the inning. 6-4-3 on the ground ball by Leischner. And the Doc Stewarts threaten but are unable to get anything here in the second. For the Doc Stewarts, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors for Hillsboro, and 1 man left on base. It's still a 2-0 ball game as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. You're watching American Legion Baseball online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley, and you're listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
33 total pitches.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Okay.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Top of the 3rd inning, Docs trail 2-0 against the Hillsboro Barbers. Docs Baseball tonight brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Docs are hoping this is not the final game of the season for them. They need to win to keep their year moving. A loss here would put them at 22-22 on the season, finishing even 500. First pitch, top of the order here, ground ball, third base side, kept on the infield by Cody Johnson. It went over the top of Cade Meisner. He was just not 8 feet tall, unable to get to that one. Chopper on the infield grass, just bouncing over the infielder. And Cody Johnson backing up to play. Keeps it on the infield, but he didn't have a chance of making the play across the diamond. 1 on to lead things off as Mickey Thompson reaches on that leadoff single. First pitch of the 3rd. Zach Mandera will face Rowan Ramsey. He walked him in the first. He came around to score. Ramsey hits with one on and nobody out and takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Docs trailing 2-0. That base hit there, second of the game for the Barbers. A single and a double in the game now for him. Ian Lawson with the doubles. A throw over to first base. Just gets away from Jonathan Stone, but Thompson at first. That one not far enough away for him to be able to advance. Coverage of the AAA American Legion State Tournament online at 541radio.com is presented by Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of local sports in Douglas County. Ground ball to third, picked up by Meisner, throws it to second for one. The throw to first by Lucido goes to the fence and out of play. They'll give the runner second. So Thompson out at second base. 5-4 the put out. As he's forced out for the first out. They try to complete the double play. Ramsey will get on with a fielder's choice and then moves to second on the throwing error by Luke Lucido. Lucido had complete shoulder reconstruction surgery during the basketball season in the winter. Hasn't played a lot on the field defensively and might have shown a little bit there. As the first pitch, a called strike against Christian Cooney. The 0-1 for Cooney. Swing and a miss for strike two. Out at second base is Rowan Ramsey. Be nice to get Cooney here with an out. A possible strikeout would be big. One down. Top of the third. Ground ball sharply hit to short. Cody Johnson only options to go to first. Jonathan Stone snags it out of the air. 6-3 the put out. Two down. Man at third for Hillsboro. Zach Mandera needing one more out to avoid giving up another run. Already a 2-0 lead for the Barbers. First pitch to Ian Lawson is high, and it's out of the glove for ball one. Leishner chasing it down the third base side. That one just trickles a little ways away from him. Lawson had the RBI double back in the first. Is 1-0 outside. Leishner sliding to his right to get to it. A 2-0 count. Wild pitch brought in Christian Cooney in the first inning for the second run. Docs would like to avoid that kind of fate here. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball across for a called strike. Letting it go by. Lawson watching all the way. I don't know if anybody down in the lines den can hear me, but let them know, Rick, that was some good tri-tip. A 2-1 pitch outside. Count goes 3-1. That was tasty tri-tip right there, cooking it on the Traeger. Rick told me he'd give me some lessons at barbecuing if I needed them. I do, but I don't know if I have the time right now. 3-1 is a breaking ball, strike two called. Full count pitch coming up for Zach Mandera with two down and one on at third. The full count pitch, swung on and missed. A huge strikeout to end things in the top of the third for Zach Mandera. It's his second strikeout of the ball game. A Joe's towing strikeout to wrap things up. No runs on one hit, one Doc Stewart error, and one man left on base for the Barbers. Docs trail 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Docs Baseball online at 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard License Broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
First batter for Doc Stewart to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Number 21, Cade Meisner.
Leading off the bottom of the third, it's Cade Meisner, the starting third baseman for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. They trail 2-0. First pitch in the dirt for Meisner for a 1-0 count. Blake Crippen on the mound. He's allowed just the one hit to the Doc Stewarts. Roseburg will finish out their starting lineup here in the third inning with the 8-9 hitters. Pitch outside. It'll go to a 2-0 count now for Meisner. Cade has been an off-and-on starter at third. When Mandera's on the mound, he's also been a pitcher throughout the season for the Docs. He comes in batting .282. He takes a pitch over the middle for strike one. Meisner's 2-1 from Crippen. Strike two. Meisner thought about it. Didn't go after it, though. Lets it go by, and the pitch is called for a strike. The 2-2 delivery out of Crippen, fouled away by Meisner, keeps him at the dish. Crippen up to about 38 pitches in this ball game. So, averaging more than 10 per inning so far. 2-2 delivery coming up from Meisner, trying to get something started here in the third for the Docs. Meisner pulls a line drive into left field. That one will get down. Chasing it to the line, Alex Garcia will send it back in. Meisner held to a single. And Cade Meisner has been able to come through in some good moments for the Doc Stewarts, and he leads things off with a single here in the bottom of the third. One on, nobody out. Doc Stewart's trailing 2-0, needing to get something started here. Second hit of the ball game for the Docs. Jet Black, the 9-hitter. Gets a chance to bat here for the first time. Was 1 for 2 yesterday in his first tournament game. Had a run scored. Came into the postseason batting .282. He squared to bunt, pulls it back, and takes for ball one. Pitch outside in the dirt. I think I said that Meisner was hitting .282. I look at it, and I realize I probably read the line for Jet Black. Meisner was batting .227 coming into that at-bat. 1-0 delivery here for Jet. He takes low again, throw down to first. Meisner back in safely. .2-0 pitch coming up. Jet will square to bunt again. Third baseman Justin Herzog comes in. The bunt is in the air, foul, and it'll hit a long ways up the screen there behind home. That was no little pop fly off the bunt attempt by Jet Black. That was a full-on pop fly. He's lucky that one goes foul. 2 balls and a strike against Jet. Squaring to bunt again. Herzog comes creeping in, and he'll put it down. It goes back to the mound. Throw to second for the lead runner, and that's all they'll get. The sacrifice bunt does not work out. 1-6 the put out for Cade Meisner. Forced out at second. Jet Black trades spots with him.
Next batter, number 3, Doran.
So Blake Crippen quickly fielding and gunning it to second. Jet Black on at first with the fielder's choice. Top of the lineup now. Doran Gillespie batting. Docs trailing 2-0 with Jet Black on at first. Pitch just misses low against Gillespie for ball one. Blake Crippen, he's had to work, but he's been doing a good job so far. Only 2 hits allowed to the Docs. 2 hits allowed for the Barbers as well. Gillespie swings and misses at a pitch low for strike 1. So both pitchers holding the opposing offense in check so far, but that first inning, a tough one for Mandera. Gave up the 1 hit, a double, but also had 2 walks in there and an error that didn't help him out either. 1-1 pitch for Gillespie. Third baseman creeping in. Throw goes to first. Back in just ahead of the tag. Jet Black in safely. Jet went back into the bag and was tagged on the hip. He got caught leaning the wrong direction just a little bit, but reacted quickly enough to get back in time. Crippen on the mound, the lefty, sends it in. The 1-1 outside corner called strike 2 against Gillespie. Dorn grounding out to third base to start off the game for the Doc Stewarts. 0 for 1. Lights coming on here at Legion as we creep towards the 8 o'clock hour. Sun will be down below the horizon probably in about a half hour. The 1-2, Gillespie swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. And a man at first with less than 2 outs, and Gillespie unable to advance to first on the drop third strike. So the strikeout, second of the game for Crippen. And he gets the second out here in the bottom of the third. Still a man at first base. And Garrett Russell will stand in next. 0 for 1. Had a comebacker to the mound in the first inning. 4 and out. Part of a 1-2-3 inning for Blake Crippen. First pitch of the at-bat for Garrett. Outside, it goes off the glove for the catcher, Dylan McNeil, and up to second base goes Jet Black. That'll be a pass ball on the catcher. Jet Black into scoring position with that. Now a base knock here for Garrett Russell. Could quite possibly bring in a run. The 1-0 delivery coming up for Blake Crippen with 2 out. Garrett Russell at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. He squares to bunt, puts it down third base side. Fielded by Crippen. His throw to first. Not in time. Just behind Russell by a half a step. That was not much, but Crippen couldn't get it there in time. Give him credit for quite the effort to try and make that play. The lefty to the line, spun and fired to first, and Russell just barely beating it out. So Garrett Russell gets on, and a time called as Joe Duran will head to the mound to talk with his entire infield here. Bunt laid down for a single by Russell. Up to third base is Jet Black, and coming to hit will be Jonathan Stone, who grounded out to first base to end the first inning. We'll see what they discuss here as the runners for the Docs both stay on the bases. Jonathan Stone chatting with Brody Black, the on-deck hitter, as they get ready to resume play.
Let me see it, and you will have a giant pizza gift certificate.
After the meeting on the mound, we resume action. Docs Baseball tonight brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. For new patients, mention the code PERFECTSMILE and receive a free exam and x-rays. 2 down, runners on the corners for the Docs. First pitch to Jonathan Stone's in the dirt, and it's gloved by McNeil behind the plate. Holds the runners where they're at. Russell thought about taking off for second, but thinks better of it. Coverage of the state tournament online at 541radio.com is sponsored by Little Caesars. Stone puts a ball in the air, a shallow right field. This one is caught by the second baseman, Jared Gordon, traveling into shallow right field. And the Docs will come up empty with 2 runners on here in the third. They threaten once again, getting closer and closer against Blake Crippen, but they come up empty. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Barbers, and you had 2 men left on base. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Doc Stewart's trail 2-0. You're watching Doc Stewart's Baseball online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups in Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley, and you're listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio 1490. The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Going to the top of the 4th inning. Doc's Baseball here on The Score is presented by Clint Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. Coach Joe Duran was signaling up here into the booth that something he was trying to convey to us. I didn't catch the reference. Kept putting up a 5 and a 2 with his hands, and I don't know if that meant that 5's coming in for 2, but there's no 2 in the lineup. 25, there's no 25. We'll figure it out when we get there, I guess. We'll discover it together. 4th inning, Patrick Mushkat will lead things off, and he takes the first pitch, a strike 1 at the knees on the outside corner from Zach Mandera. The 0-1 is outside and low for a 1-1 count now for Mandera. Patrick Mushkat walked in the first inning as he takes low again for a 2-1 count. Walked, but was then the first out in an inning-ending double play off the bat of Dylan McNeil, who waits on deck. 2-1 pitch. Mushkat takes high. The count goes 3-1. State tournament coverage online at 541radio.com. Sponsored by Little Caesars. Now online ordering is available and an easy-to-use app. As a breaking ball misses low for Mushkat, he'll take a second walk. For Zach Mandera, he has the 3 walks now issued.
The next batter, number 18, Dylan McNeil.
1 on with nobody out. Little Caesars, you can check out their online ordering or use the app to try and get your pizzas with Little Caesars. Dylan McNeil will stand in. He grounded into the double play his first time up, and he takes a breaking ball that just misses upstairs. A 1-0 pitch coming up for Zach Mandera, who has gotten a little high with his pitch count up to 61. Strike on the inside corner. Jamming Dylan McNeil. He tried to get the hands going, decided to pull back, and takes it for a strike. Zach Mandera, he's talked about how this could be his last season with the Doc Stewarts. Squaring to bunt, McNeil puts down a bunt in front of home. It skips away in an awkward direction, but able to get to it. Kyler Leischner will make the play at first, the sack bunt. 2-3 the putout. Mushkat up to second. 1 down. That one took a weird hop off the grass on the infield. Kind of delayed Leischner getting to it any quicker.
The next batter, number 4.
So really no thought of even trying to look at second base for the lead runner. Mushkat into scoring position. First pitch swinging now for Justin Herzog, and he puts that out of play back behind home. 0-1 count for him. Mandera has verbally committed to Portland State University to play football, but he's still got his senior year of high school to go. 0-1 pitch, misses high and away for a 1-1 count. So he is, it looks like he's looking at football as his future. It's a pitch inside, a fastball just missing. So he may not play the summer season next year with his focus on going to Portland State the following fall. But he does say he'll play baseball during the spring with Roseburg High School. Breaking ball just misses. The count goes 3-1 here against the lefty Justin Herzog, who was 0 for 1 in the ball game. Man out at second base is Patrick Mushkat after a leadoff walk. Our score 2-0 here in the top of the fourth inning in favor of the Barbers. Outside for ball 4. And there's action in the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts with runners at first and second. Fourth walk of the ball game for Mandera. In the bullpen is Peyton Hope warming up. Jared Gordon, the second baseman, struck out swinging in the second. First pitch, high. And he takes for ball 1. And now a visit out to the mound for pitching coach Tom Nielsen. The talk with Mandera. And the catcher, Kyler Leichner, out to the mound. While we have a moment, let you know our online tournament coverage. We've brought you every game from the state tournament so far. From the first game yesterday at 10 a.m. to the first game today, and here to the last game of the day. Doc Stewart's wrapping it up for a second straight day. We've brought you every game from the tournament here at 541radio.com, and it is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. She'll work hard with you to fit any budget or life situation and help you take your home buying or selling to the next step. A 1-0 count right now for Jared Gordon at the plate. After the timeout, he'll dig back in. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Tomorrow, the action starts at 1 o'clock here on the video stream. Could also be on the score if the Docs are able to win. As a pitch low for a 2-0 count. If the Docs come back to win, they'll play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have the game on the radio and on the video player. 2-0 pitch from Mandera, outside and low, and the count goes 3-0. He's on the verge of walking the bases loaded with just 1 out. It's been a hot day. Team has been here working throughout the day. So I don't know if Mandera may be feeling a bit fatigued here midway through. His 3-0 pitch does catch the outside corner for strike 1. Got some long lopsided games here in the heat today as well. Earlier, we had a 12-2 score in favor of the Dirtbags in 5 innings as a pitch misses outside to Waka, the bases loaded. 12-2, Dallas beating Corvallis in 5 innings, and then Medford defeating Mid-Valley 12-0 in 6 innings. So a couple of mercy rule victories for teams in the tournament here this afternoon. So it has been a warm one with some lopsided scores. Doc's trying to keep things close here against the Barbers. And it looks like they'll try to do so with Peyton Hope on the mound. Zach Mandera is going to hand over the baseball. He'll get a pat on the back from head coach Scott Shaver, and he'll head off the field. Gives a handshake to Peyton Hope, who will come on in relief. Pitching change brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Your local leaders for any project, big or small, 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. New man on the mound. We'll tell you all about him when we come back after this 60-second break. You're watching American Legion Baseball at 541radio.com and streaming online, and also on the radio on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper. Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
It's the top of the fourth inning, already a 2-0 lead for the Hillsboro Barbers, and we'll see if the Docs can keep it that narrow of a margin as they make the change. Zach Mandera comes out of the game after pitching 3 in the third innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 5 walks though, and 2 strikeouts. The walks hurting him here as he walks the bases loaded. Zach Mandera giving up the walk to Jared Gordon. Put a runner on every base, and now Peyton Hope will inherit a bases-loaded situation. Not ideal for a reliever, but he comes in and he throws the first pitch for strike 1 against Alex Garcia. 1 away. Infield playing for a double play up the middle. Corners in. Hope, the 0-1 pitch, and it's inside for a 1-1 count. Garcia showing a bunt there, but takes. Peyton Hope's 1-1 delivery. Squaring the bunt again, and the pitch outside. Garcia takes for 2-1. Peyton Hope for the Doc Stewarts this season, a 3-4 record. Looking to play a hero here, get him out of this jam. A bunt goes foul. Evens up the count at 2-2. So Garcia attempting to bunt with the bases loaded. Now with 2 strikes against him, likely going to be swinging away. Hope is on the mound. They've got Jay Stoffel starting to get loose in the bullpen just in case. 2-2 pitch from Hope. Check swing. Foul ball. Docs pulling out all the stops, knowing they've got to get through this game. So they may try to split up the rest of this game between Hope and Stoffel. I don't know. We'll see. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3. A huge punch out for Peyton Hope. Getting the second out here in the fourth, and the defense can settle back just a little bit. 2 down, and we'll go to the top of the lineup. Mickey Thompson had a ground ball on the infield for a single to lead off the third inning. He hits here with the bases loaded and 2 down. First pitch, it gets by Leishner, gets to it quick, let's throw it to the plate. No, he'll hold on to it. Sliding to get to it, couldn't get there in time. And a run will come in for Hillsboro. They lead 3-0. Runners all move up. A 1-0 count now for Thompson. Mushkat scores. Herzog up to third. And Gordon up to second. First base now open. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball low. 2-0 count. 3-0 now the score in favor of Hillsboro. They've had 2 runs come in on wild pitches. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Big cut out of Thompson there. Peyton Hope trying to finish it off here. He does see 1 run come in on his time on the mound, but that run goes to Zach Mandera. 2-1 pitch. Thompson fouls it away, and he's got a 2-2 count. Peyton Hope did not throw against the Barbers. Stoffel did not go well for him. But he's been better as of late. 2-2 pitch out of Hope, and it's a swing and a miss. That pitch in the dirt. The throw down to first base. Stone will get there just in time to make the out. Leischner's throw took Stone off the bag, but his long leg gets there in time. A strikeout to finish off things here in the fourth inning. Back-to-back Ks for Peyton Hope. Docs give up one, but it could have been worse. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Docs trail 3-0 against the Hillsboro Barbers, needing to get some offense going against Blake Crippen. You're watching American Legion Baseball online at 541radio.com and listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue. Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Hitting the midway point of this elimination ball game. One team moves on, another team done for the year. Docs needing to get something going soon. Brody Black will lead things off. Docs trail 3-0 against the Barbers, and Blake Crippen on the mound for his fourth inning of work. He misses low for ball one against Brody, who is 1 for 1 in the game. Had a ground ball that hit off the first base bag his first time up. Swings and misses for strike one. Doc Stewart's baseball here on 1490 The Score this season has been brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. 1-1 for Brody. It's outside. Takes his count to 2-1. We'll have all three games coming up tomorrow on the video player at 541radio.com for you. Been fun so far to bring you all the tournament action. 2-1 for Brody, inside, a bit too far, and the count goes 3-1. Tournament action online at 541radio.com, sponsored by Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse. Look for them at the Douglas County's Fair this year for your chance to win a new Smith & Wesson M&P 15 rifle. A hopper towards short, and it goes by Rowan Ramsey into left field. 2 for 2 for Brody Black. He gets on to lead off the inning again. It's a chopper past shortstop. It took the high hop off of the dry dirt. It's a hard field here at Legion, and if you chop it into the ground, it'll take some high hoppers. And Rowan Ramsey, not the biggest guy. He's got some power in his bat, surprisingly enough. But Ramsey, not tall enough to get to that one that hops right over the top of him. So Brody Black on with another single. Luke Lucido will try to make up for a strikeout swinging back in the second. It was a long battle against Crippen. He ended up losing it. First pitch called strike one. Docs trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Need to get at least something at this stage of the game. You can't keep pushing it off. They've got to. In a 7-inning ball game, you're starting to run low on chances. The 0-1 for Lucido fouls one away, and he's quickly to an 0-2 count. Bottom of the fourth here. Docs with 4 hits in the ball game, 2 hits for Hillsboro. That has been the frustrating thing. There's an 0-2 pitch. Lucido underneath it in the air out to right field. Up high in the air for Christian Cooney, who calls everybody off and will make the out, 1 away. Cody Johnson in next for the Doc Stewarts with 1 out and Brody Black on at first.
Next batter, number 12, Cody Johnson.
Johnson walked in the second inning. I was about to say that's been the frustrating thing for the Docs here today. They are out-hitting Hillsboro, but not outscoring them. There's a pitch outside for ball 1 against Johnson. Hillsboro in the last half inning, the top of the 4th, they score a run without getting a hit. They did get 3 walks in there and a wild pitch, bringing in a run. So they've been able to manufacture them. So far, the Docs haven't. 1-0 pitch for Johnson. Takes at the knees for a called strike. Final game here of day 2 at the tournament. Start narrowing the field today, and it gets down to 3 games tomorrow, 2 games on Tuesday, and a possible champion. Well, a champion will be crowned on Wednesday. Maybe 1, possibly 2 games. 1-1 for Cody Johnson, a breaking ball, called strike 2. Johnson was on first when Kyler Leischner grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the 2nd. Leischner waiting on deck here. 1-2 pitch coming up from Crippen. It's in the dirt. Knocked down in front of the plate by McNeil, who scrambles his way to get to it, holding Brody Black on at first. Tripped over, it looked like maybe the foot of Cody Johnson on his way to get to the baseball there. A 2-2 count now for Cody. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1 on, 1 away. Docs trailing by 3. Hillsboro's Blake Crippen kicks, fires, swing and a miss to strike out Cody Johnson. For Crippen, his 3rd strikeout of the ball game, 2 down. And Kyler Leischner stands in next. Leischner, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Doc Stewart starting catcher here in game 2 of the tournament. Docs with 2 away and a man on at first trying to get something started. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Docs with a hit in every inning but the first when they went down in order, but still continue to leave men on base and unable to score. 0-1 pitch out of Crippen. Leischner foul down the right side. Gives him an 0-2 count. Lights starting to take effect. It's been so hazy here this afternoon. Didn't really see much of the shadow effect that we saw yesterday with clear skies. The shadows, or the haze kind of eliminating the shadows here at Legion Field. The pitch low and inside for a 1-2 count against Leischner. But now that the sun is starting to go down, the lights are coming on to help us watch tonight's ball game. A 1-2 pitch for Blake Crippen. Crippen delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll wrap things up for the Doc Stewarts here in the 4th. Docs leave another man on base. No runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Barbers. 1 man on at first. We're through 4 innings of play. It's a 3-0 score. The Hillsboro Barbers in front of the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts in an elimination game that you're watching online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley, and also on the radio on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Okay. Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Top of the 5th inning. Our coverage of Docs Baseball on 1490 The Score brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Peyton Hope remains in the game for the Doc Stewarts, taking over for Zach Mandera in the fourth. He starts the fifth against Rowan Ramsey. First pitch in the dirt for ball one. Time called by Joe Duran down the third base line. Apparently he would like to talk with Rowan Ramsey as they get things started here in the fifth. That gives us a moment to let you know our online coverage is sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. And by Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of local sports here in Douglas County. 1-0 pitch to Ramsey is inside for ball two. Doc's trying to avoid going 2 and out here at the tournament. As the host team, you always want to feel like you're at the level of everybody else in the tournament, even though you get an automatic bid in as the host team. And the Docs played well enough to get into the postseason as a super regional team, but they didn't have to play in the super regional to get here. But they would have liked to think that if they had gotten into one, they might have had a good chance to win and get here anyways. But going 2 and out, not an ideal way to prove it. 4-pitch walk issued to Ramsey to lead things off here in the fifth. Hope throws over to first. Ooh, almost got Ramsey diving back in head first. Quick move on the mound by Peyton Hope. Christian Cooney will hit. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game. Reached on an error in the first inning and came around to score on a wild pitch. As mentioned, Hillsboro has been manufacturing plenty of runs. The ball in the dirt, knocked down by Leishner. Ramsey holds at first. 6 walks in the ball game now for the Barbers. They've been very disciplined at the plate. Yesterday they had an error-plagued game against Post 20. They've been much better here today. Ground ball left side, gets into left field, and Cooney will get on with his first hit. Third hit of the ball game for the Barbers, and runners at first and second with 1 away.
The next batter, number 32, Ian Lawson.
Single into left field for Doran Gillespie. Runners at first and second. Again, nobody out. Ian Lawson, the heart of the order coming up here. Lawson a double to score a run back in the first inning, putting the Barbers on top at the time 1-0. They lead 3-0 here in the fifth. First pitch inside for ball one. I believe that's still Stoffel down there throwing for the Docs. Yeah, that'll be the case. Jay Stoffel out there staying loose. Another pitch inside for ball two. On one hand, Stoffel is usually the fourth starter in the 4-game series for the Doc Stewarts. So if he goes now, not sure who starts tomorrow if the Docs make it in, but at the same time, to get to tomorrow, you got to win today. So it's that decision that every coach is hamstring with. How much do you use to get to tomorrow? If you use everything, does it bankrupt you for the next day? A strike called against Ian Lawson. 2 balls, 1 strike against the DH. 2-1 pitch out of Hope. It's low for ball 3. Coach Scott Shaver steps out of the dugout to look down to the bullpen to check on Stoffel, who's down there throwing. Coach Shaver never really truly in the dugout, always pacing around as Hope will step off the mound. 3 balls and a strike here against Ian Lawson with 2 runners on base and nobody out, starting off the 5th inning here. The 3-1 from Hope is a ground ball to second base. A flip to the bag to second, throw to first. No, not in time by a half step. Lucido threw to the bag. Johnson was a little bit late getting there. It all worked out at second base, but the throw to first just not quite in time. Runners on the corners with 1 away. That was bang bang at first. About as close as you can call it. Fielder's choice for Ian Lawson gets him on. Out at second base, Christian Cooney and Rowan Ramsey up to third. With one out, digging in will be Patrick Mushkat. First pitch. He takes for strike one, inside corner. So 4-6 to put out there for Cooney, retiring the first batter here in the fifth for Peyton Hope. Runners on the corner, ground ball for a double play here would be nice, and the umpire will say that Mushkat goes around. Swing and a miss on the check swing for strike two, and a strikeout would be just as big. Man on at third right now, already a 3-0 lead for the Barbers. Day one, we didn't have a game decided by more than 3 runs. Today, we've had 2 10-run victories. 3-0 pitch, runner going. That ball slapped into right field. It's going to score a run. Jet Black bobbles it a bit. The runner's going to head up to third. Ian Lawson into scoring position. First to third for him. Scoring is Rowan Ramsey. 4-0 now. Hillsboro in front of the Doc Stewarts. Runner still on the corners with one away. RBI single there for Patrick Mushkat.
The next batter, number 18, Dylan McNeil.
Dylan McNeil, Hillsboro's catcher, 0 for 1 in the game, had a sack bunt his last time up. Peyton Hope, still runners on the corners, only one away. And the pitch in for a called strike one. Oh, 0-1 count. Peyton Hope on the mound. Runners at the corners. The pitch in the dirt. Down at third base. Had the runner off the bag, but able to get back in time. It'll go to a 1-1 count. Hey, just one away here. The scoreboard reading 2 outs. Just want to make sure those guys. I got 1-1 to count. I think there's only 1 out, guys. Yeah, there we go. Now we get the scoreboard correct. And I guess it's an 0-2 count. So it's a 1-1 count with 1 away. Here we go. Get the scoreboard all right here. 1-1, 1 away. Runners on the corners. Stoppage of the game there to make sure everybody's on the same page. Dylan McNeil at the plate. Peyton Hope. His 1-1 delivery. Chopped foul. Third base side. Who's that plainclothes guy down there? I'm assuming it's a former Doc Stewart. That's Will Shaw down there, it looks like. Former Doc Stewart pitcher, Will Shaw. Was down at SWAC. He's transferring somewhere. I remember I've been told, but I can't remember now off the top of my head. Peyton Hope set. The 1-2, reaching for it, pokes it high in the air out to right field. Jet Black underneath it. He catches. The runner going to the plate. The throw cut off. They've got the runner off third. Jonathan Stone decides not to try and make the long throw back to third base. Back in safely will go Ian Lawson. And the throw in from Jet Black will hold the runner and avoid giving up another run here. Now you got 2 away. Dylan McNeil will not get credit for a sac fly. Runners on the corners. And Justin Herzog up next. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Mushkat at first, Lawson at third. The lefty Herzog before his first pitch. Kyler Leischner signals to the middle infielders on what they want to do here. Cody Johnson playing more up the middle with the lefty at the plate. A throw over to first base. Mushkat hustling back to the bag. Was not expecting a throw there from Peyton Hope. Hope not quite right on target that he wanted, but close. First pitch for Herzog. He popped out to short in his first at-bat. Runner going, a throw down to second. They've got him in a rundown between first and second. Throw to third. Back on the bag. They got him just in time. Coach Joe Duran not happy about the call there, but the Doc Stewarts get the call at third to get out of this in the top of the fifth. They get the final out there at third base. I believe that's Cody Johnson, a throw to third to make the put out. One run in, though, for Hillsboro on 2 hits. And there is one man left on base in the top of the fifth. It's 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. You're watching American Legion Baseball, streaming online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490. The Score.
There was 1 run scored on 2 hits. There were no errors. 1 runner was left on base.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
And the first batter for the Doc Stewarts to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning, number 21, Cade Meisner.
Cade Meisner leads things off for the Doc Stewarts in the bottom of the fifth inning. As the Docs trail 4-0, he looks to try and start it off here. He puts one in the air out to shallow center field. Going out, the shortstop, Rowan Ramsey, there to make the catch. 1 away. Doc Stewarts Baseball brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. 1 away.
Next batter, number 16, Jet Black.
There's not been a very offensive game for either side. 4 hits in the game for Hillsboro. 4 hits in the game for the Doc Stewarts. Hillsboro's just managed to manufacture 4 runs. First pitch fouled away by Jet Black into the stands behind the first base dugout. Jet Black got on with a fielder's choice back in the third, was stranded at second base. Docs have stranded 4 men on base so far. Only one of them in scoring position, though. Actually, make that 2 of them in scoring position. 0-1 delivery for Jet. He takes low for ball 1. One pitch. Just below the knees, over the plate, but just below the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike. Docs Baseball here on the Score, also brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. They go right back to about the same spot, but get a strike call this time. Evens up the count at a 2-2 against Jet Black. Just brought it up a little bit for Blake Crippen, who has been wheeling and dealing here. Has not given up a run on the 4 hits. The 2-2, just low. The count will go full. Trying to attack that bottom edge of the strike zone here for Crippen. 3-2 pitch, and it misses just off the edge of the plate. Not by much. And Jet Black will get on for a second time, still without a hit, though. one on, and you've got one away. Top of the lineup here for the Doc Stewarts. Got to get some offense going. In the fifth inning, they are running out of chances. They have 7, make it 8 outs left to work with. Trailing 4-0 against the Hillsboro Barbers, looking to try and steal one late. Barbers trying to avoid elimination, just like the Docs. First pitch swinging, fouled third base side by Gillespie. Doran Gillespie hitting 0 for 2 in the ball game. Might say he's due. Gillespie a ground out and a strikeout so far in this ball game, working against Blake Crippen. The 0-1 outside. Evens up at things at a 1-1 count. So the schedule tomorrow starts off with a 1 o'clock game. The winner of this one will face Mid-Valley in another elimination game. Then you've got Salem and Corvallis in an elimination game. And rounding out the day, it'll be Medford and Dallas in the undefeated bracket. Both those teams without a loss so far in the tournament. Throw over to first base by Crippen, and Jet Black in well ahead of the slide. A 1-1 pitch for Gillespie. Line drive shot. It gets by a diving Rowan Ramsey at short, and it's knocked down in left center, but not fielded, and Jet Black gets to third. They are going to get runners at second and third for the Doc Stewarts. A little bit of life here in the fifth. A ball out to left center for Gillespie. Stopped. Trying to cut it off there, Alex Garcia. Got to it, but he couldn't field it. Not an error. It'll be a double for Doran Gillespie. Runners at second and third with one away. Life for the Docs with the top of the lineup here, and a visit out to the mound now for the Hillsboro pitching coach. Garrett Russell, the center fielder, will bat. He is 1 for 2 in the game. First time it was a comebacker to the mound. Second time he laid down a bunt on the third base side. And Coach Savage will call in Jet Black from third. Garrett Russell in there as well, and Brody Black will join him in the conference down the third base line. You're watching the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament here on 541radio.com. It's sponsored by Little Caesars. Try Little Caesars large one-topping extra most bestest pizza. It has the most toppings of all major pizza chains. So Gillespie, I said he was due. Sure enough, he was. Gets the double in the alley. And now Garrett Russell will try to bring him around. First pitch outside for ball 1. A 1-0 count. Russell trying to find a way on base. And stepping off the mound, Blake Crippen will reset. Jet Black at third. Doran Gillespie at second. The 1-0. Russell fouls it away, headed towards the Lions' den. Rick, look out. My buddy Rick down there. I think they've got netting to protect him, but you never know where that guy's wandering off to. A 1-1 count here against Russell. Blake Crippen, the lefty, trying to avoid giving up a run. Squaring to bunt, pushes it first base side. It's going to be fielded by the first baseman, but a run will come in. Maybe a little bit too hard there by Russell. He accomplished the goal he wanted, but if you made him work for it a little bit more, maybe a chance to try and get himself on. He does get an RBI ground out on a sacrifice bunt. 2 down now. Doc's on the board, trailing 4-1. Up to third base goes Gillespie as Black scores on the sac bunt. First pitch swinging. Jonathan Stone rips it left side. Foul. Everybody ducking out of the way of that one.
Jonathan Stone.
Stone an 0-1 count. Doc's on the board, trailing by 3. Jonathan will take a strike on the outside corner. Scoring was jet black. Doran Gillespie at third base in scoring position. Doc's trying to come back late here. There is a right-handed arm thrown in the bullpen for the Barbers. 0-2 pitch. Stone fouls it away. Jonathan Stone, a pop out to right field his last time up. Was hitting with a man in scoring position. He's trying to come through here. He already has 1 RBI in the tournament. Looking for a second and his first of the night. An RBI base knock here would score the second run for the Docs, and they'd be back within 2 in the late stages of this one. Crippen's 0-2 delivery coming up. It's in the dirt, but able to snag it. McNeil keeps the runner held at third. I was going to say a pass ball could bring in a run for the Doc Stewarts. Jonathan Stone, all 6'7" of him. Stepping back into the batter's box in a big moment here. The 1-2, he chops one to short. Backhanded by Rowan Ramsey. His throw to first is low, not in time. A run scores. The ball gets by. Stone will stay at first base. That's an RBI single for Jonathan Stone there, and the Doc Stewarts cut the deficit in half. Jonathan Stone beating out the infield single. Doran Gillespie scores from third. 4-2 the score. And up next is going to be Brody Black. That ground ball just taking a long time to travel to Rowan Ramsey. He had to backhand it. And by the time he came up throwing, it was going to be a little late. He rushed it, threw it into the dirt. It bounces by Patrick Mushkat. But it wasn't going to be in time to get Stone anyways. Brody Black, 2 for 2 in the ball games. Hits here with a man at first and 2 away. First pitch swinging, ground ball, gets through on the left side into left field. 3 for 3 for Brody Black. Jonathan Stone up to second base. A 2-out rally for the Docs here in the 5th. They trail 4-2. Still got a long ways to go here. And doing it with 2 outs is not the easy way. But they are coming through in this clutch moment. The ground ball gets through. Brody Black checking out of the ball game. He gets a round of applause after going 3 for 3. A hug from head coach Scott Shaver. Zach Holland will take over at first, running for Brody.
And the next batter, number 8, Luke.
And Luke Lucido will bat next for the Doc Stewarts. The crowd chants, Luke. That's the first time I've heard them do that, but I'm happy that they did. Lucido 0 for 2 in the ball game. You've got Holland running at first. Out at second base, Jonathan Stone. First pitch swinging. Luke fouls it down the third base side to coach Eric Savage. So the day done for Brody Black there. A big day for him, going 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Zach Holland will be an upgrade of speed for the Docs here on the bases. We'll see what they do defensively. 0-1 pitch. Lucido takes low and inside for ball 1. Two outs, runners at first and second. Elimination ball game between the Docs and the Barbers. One team moves on. The other finishes out for the year. 1-1 from Crippen. Just low. And Lucido ahead, 2-1 in the at-bat. Want to say thanks to Tim's Appliance Outlet Store for helping sponsor coverage of the American Legion Tournament online at 541radio.com. Find them at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. Off-speed pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike 2 against Lucido. He's got a 2-2 count, 2 away, 2 on. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. Docs finally getting on the board with 2 runs here in the 5th. 2-2 pitch. Out of Crippen, off speed, lined into left field. It drops in. Jonathan Stone, they're going to send him to the plate. The relay throw comes in high. Back to second base. Holland in safely. And everybody's on. And the Docs are within 1. And the dugout is not happy about the call at second base for the Portland Barbers. Make it the Hillsboro Barbers, and out of the dugout will come Joe Duran. That throw beat Holland to the bag at second. The umpire right there to watch it, and he called him safe from the get-go. A 2-out single to left field for Luke Lucido drives in another run for the Docs, and they trail 4-3. Scoring was Jonathan Stone after he reached on an RBI single. Holland to second, Lucido on at first, and the Doc Stewarts will face a new man on the mound as Blake Crippen comes out here in the 5th. Docs back within a run, 4-3 our score. In the bottom of the 5th inning, we get a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulanda Construction. Back after the 60-second break here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Entering into the game for the Hillsboro Barbers will be Michael Bennett, the righty. Takes over for Blake Crippen, who goes 4 2/3. Gave up 8 hits. 3 runs at the moment, and those 3 runs, all of them earned at the moment. There's 2 runners on that would go to his credit if they do score. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts for Crippen. As he comes out of the game, Michael Bennett will take over. Bennett is a guy the Docs have seen, and they've gotten hits against him. He pitched 4 innings in a game up at Liberty High School against the Docs. They got 5 hits but no earned runs and 7 strikeouts for Bennett against the Docs. He was a winning pitcher in a game up there. He also pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits and a run, 1 walk and a strikeout here at Legion Field against the Doc Stewarts. Against the Docs when Hillsboro visit us here at Legion Field during the regular season. Cody Johnson will hit with runners at first and second, 2 away, bottom of the 5th. First pitch to him is in for strike 1. Johnson 0 for 1 in the ballgame, a walk in the second. Struck out swinging in the 4th. He hits here with Lucido at first and Holland at second. The 0-1 is a breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 2 against Cody. Docs looking to try and tie it up here. They trail 4-3, bottom of the 5th. They have rallied. They put a crooked number on the board to get back within a run. The 0-2 pitch coming up for Bennett, outside and high. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Cody Johnson. Johnson, as I mentioned before, the team leader in RBI during the regular season, trying to come up with a big postseason hit. It'd be his first of the postseason. Does not go after a breaking ball in the dirt. He almost did, but he holds off. So Cody Johnson, a 2-2 count now against Michael Bennett. Bennett set. The 2-2 delivery. Oh, on the outside corner, called for strike 3. Johnson will go down looking. And that'll finish off the Docs in the 5th. They send 8 hitters to the plate and score 3 runs. Excuse me, the scoreboard there for those watching online, not correct, but now I will get that correct. 4-3 your score as we go to the 6th inning. Docs back in this one, trailing at 4-3 against Hillsboro. On the mound, Peyton Hope still to pitch for the Doc Stewarts. You're watching American Legion Baseball, streaming at 541radio.com and Docs Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
There were no errors.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
First batter for the Barbers to lead off the top of the
Peyton Hope will stay in the game for the Doc Stewarts, pitching into the 6th inning. He came in back in the 4th for Zach Mandera. He will face the 7-8-9 hitters. Justin Herzog leading off. He is 0 for 1 in the game. He takes outside for ball 1 as we start the top of the 6th inning. 4-3 the score. Barbers on top of the Docs by 1 after leading 4-0 before the bottom of the 5th. Ground ball first base side. Jonathan Stone snags it, a throw to first. Hope they're covering, and the Docs will get the out. 3-1 the put out. Stone to Hope, and Herzog goes down as out number 1. Up next is going to be Jared Gordon. Time called as Joe Duran wants to talk with Gordon before his at-bat. Gives us a moment to let you know. Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score is brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Day 2 of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Docs trying to make it to day 3 and knock out the Barbers. Hillsboro, of course, trying to do the same to the host team, the Doc Stewarts. Pitch inside. That one looked like it kicked off the shin guard of our umpire, home umpire here tonight. A 1-0 delivery coming up for Peyton Hope. Just misses outside. The count will go 2-0. Cody Johnson might have had something to say about that pitch. He got ringed up on one not that far from it. The 2-0 pitch, that's down the middle for a called strike. Ringed up, I don't think that's quite proper English. Rung up, probably more like it. 2 balls and a strike here. Peyton Hope looking for out number 2. That ball, line drive shot, going to find the alley out in left center. Extra bases coming up here for Jared Gordon. Cut off by Gillespie. A throw to second base. Not going to be there in time. Jared Gordon gets into second. It was a little close. Goes in standing up. Gillespie gets to that baseball quickly, but he cannot make the out at second. 1-out double to left center puts Jared Gordon in scoring position as the Barbers will try to stretch their lead here, and we may end up with a pinch hitter. And it will be a new man to come in and hit for the Hillsboro Barbers. They are going to bring in a pinch hitter for Alex Garcia. They will have Brian Bafaro gets a chance at a pinch hit appearance here. Bafaro stepping in for Garcia. His first at-bat of the night against Peyton Hope now. First pitch for Hope is inside for ball 1. Garcia was 0 for 2 in the game with a ground out and a strikeout looking, so he comes out 0 for 2. Brian Bafaro did not hit yesterday, so this will be his first at-bat of the tournament. The 1-0, he takes an off-speed pitch for strike one. Peyton Hope with a man at second, trying to keep him there. One out. Docs trailing 4-3 as we're in the sixth inning. Both these teams trying to advance. Pitch in the dirt. Leischner knocks it down. It's to his left. He'll track it down. He didn't see it at first. Out at second base, though, Gordon doesn't take off running. 2 balls, 1 strikes for Brian Buffaro, the pinch hitter, in for Alex Garcia. Temperature cooling down here at Legion Field as sun has set. Hope, long look out to second base, now delivers in, off speed, into the Docs bullpen down the third base side, and that's strike 2. A couple of guys spinning out of the way on that one to get out of the way down there in the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You've got Jay Stoffel still down there just staying loose. Gabe Burke in the bullpen with him. The bullpen catcher for the Docs here tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Brian Buffaro. Peyton Hope looking for a punch out. Throws in. It's in the dirt all the way to the backstop. And up to third base will go Gordon. Leischner couldn't stop it. Hope trying to get him to chase a pitch in the dirt. Buffaro holds off, and Leischner can't keep it at the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes now for Brian Buffaro with a man at third base, 1 away. Hillsboro trying to make the Docs pay for it here and get a run back. Swing and a miss on strike 3, tag applied. Buffaro goes down with a punch out. 2 down, and that'll help out the Doc Stewart's defense that was playing in with the runner on at third and just 1 away. Peyton Hope now. First pitch swinging, that ball in the air for Mickey Thompson. Foul territory, Jonathan Stone. Oh, almost got to it, but just out of his reach down the first base side. Trying to track that one like a wide receiver, catching a Hail Mary pass down the sideline. Unable to get to that one in time. That would have been the final out. Docs, I'm sure, would have liked to have that. Another foul ball for Thompson, and he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Thompson is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Peyton Hope trying to get through the 6th. He's given up a double, but he has not given up that run just yet. Trying to get through here, needs 1 more strike to do it. Thompson, the leadoff man, out of the windup, the 0-2 for Hope. Just off the edge. Ball 1. Almost got Thompson to chase after it, too. One ball, 2 strikes. Hope quickly into his windup. The pitch. Outside and low. 2-2. Every pitch matters now for both of these teams. Docs trailing by 1 at the moment, 4-3 here in the top of the 6th. Another pitch low, and it's going to go to a full count. Peyton Hope fixes a spot on the mound as he takes a deep breath. A 3-2 count. First base obviously open, a man only on at third. But you don't want to keep putting runners on. The 3-2 pitch, that ball in the air out to right field. Jet Black coming in, and the Docs keep it a 1-run ball game. Peyton Hope gets through the 6th. As Mickey Thompson will fly out to right. No runs on 1 hit, no Doc Stewart errors. 1 man left on for Hillsboro. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Can the Doc Stewarts capitalize on the momentum? They trail by 1, looking to steal a lead late here against the Hillsboro Barbers. You're watching American Legion State Tournament action online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to Doc Stewart's Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Docs trailing 4-3. Kyler Leishner leads things off. A swinging slow roller to third, throw to first, and a great play by Justin Herzog. Charging in, first pitch swinging for Kyler Leishner. He grounds out to third, now 0 for 3 in the ball game. A quick way to start things off here in the sixth. One pitch and an out for reliever Michael Bennett, who came into the game in the fifth inning and got it out. And wrapped up things in the fifth after the Docs scored 3 runs off of starter Blake Crippen. Crippen still in line to get a win. Michael Bennett out there trying to get a save for the Barbers and keep their season alive. Cade Meisner batting. He takes high and inside for ball 1. Meisner 1 for 2 in the game. Docs trailing 4-3. Scored all 3 runs in the fifth inning. The 1-0 for Meisner. Inside missing for a 2-0 count. Hillsboro got 2 runs in the first off of Zach Mandera. Scored another run in the fourth off Mandera. It was 3-0, but they added another run then in the fifth off of Peyton Hope to lead 4-0 before the Doc Stewarts finally got on the board. A pitch high and inside for Cade Meisner. Makes it a 3-0 count. Bennett's 3-0 is in for strike 1. It's been a warm day. I mentioned the temperature's got to be cooling. Check out the temperatures here. Meisner fouls off a pitch on the 3-2, or 3-1, and he takes it to a 3-2 count. Meisner, 3 balls, 2 strikes against him with 1 away and nobody on. 83 degrees right now in Roseburg. Still warm, but cooling down. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 goes down on a breaking ball. 2 outs. Doc still down by a run as Jet Black will stand in next. It's been warm here today. Fired up my little Arctic Air personal air conditioner throughout the day here. And I don't know if she's still watching online, but if Rochelle Carter's still watching, thanks so much for letting me steal this from the office and use it here at the baseball stadium. First pitch inside on a fastball to Jet Black for a 1-0 count. Docs did all their damage in the fifth inning with 2 outs. They're going to see if they can get a 2-out rally going here as Jet stands back in. The 1-0 pitch from Bennett. High and inside, buzz in the tower. Jet just out of the way of that one. Joe Duran was quick up out of the dugout. I'm not sure what caught his attention there. 2-0 pitch out of Bennett. That ball lined out to right field. Charging in and making the catch will be Christian Cooney. He's playing in far enough that ball carried off the bat of Jet Black. Hard hit ball right to the right fielder. And the Docs go down in order here in the bottom of the sixth. They'll be down to their final 3 outs in the seventh as they look to come back. After trailing 4-0, they're down by 1 as we go to the final frame. You are watching American Legion baseball action online at 541radio.com or watching or listening to the game on CBS Sports Radio 1490. The Score.
Pitcher Michael Bennett is at 15.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
It's going to come down to this 7th inning. Hillsboro looking to add some insurance. Doc Stewart's looking to come back, needing at least 1 to force extras and 2 to win in a walk-off. At least that's the way it stands at the moment. Hillsboro will lead things off at the top of the 7th with Rowan Ramsey against Peyton Hope. Welcome you back here to Legion Field. Ramsey showing a bunt to start, pulls back, but takes for strike 1. Legion Field, the site for the 2018 AAA American Legion State Tournament. The Single-A American Legion Tournament wrapped up today out at Coos Bay. And it's North Coos that wins the tournament. The host team taking it there as a pitch in the dirt, a 1-1 count now for Ramsey. So North Coos winning the Single-A tournament. Both the Pepsi Bottle Caps and the Dr. Randalls here from the Roseburg area, both making it to that tournament. Dr. Randall's going further, but neither team winning it all. A 1-1 pitch taken for strike 2 by Ramsey. He's got a 1-2 count here against Peyton Hope. Ramsey walked against Hope in the 5th inning and later came around to score on a single by Patrick Mushkat. Top of the 7th inning. Out of the windup. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. The breaking ball and arguing balls and strikes. Rowan Ramsey will be ushered out of the batter's box by the home umpire and sent back to his dugout down the first base side. 1 away. And for Peyton Hope, that's a Joe's Towing strikeout. And it's his 3rd of the ball game. 1 down, and Christian Cooney will bat next. He fouls off the first pitch. Foul ball down the left, down by the on-deck circles for the Doc Stewarts, and nobody had gone to get it. Holding up play there for a moment. The 0-1 pitch to Cooney is outside for ball 1. One count here for Peyton Hope. Winds and fires. Cooney a check swing. They'll peel down to first. He did not go around. Peyton Hope coming on in the 4th inning for the Docs, and for Zach Mandera. He has worked well in relief and has had to work his way out of a couple of difficult spots. Three balls and a strike against Christian Cooney here, who is 1 for 3 in the ballgame, had his first hit of the game against Peyton Hope. And his last at-bat came in the 5th inning. He takes a strike, and the count will go full. 1 away, nobody on. 4-3 the score here in the top of the 7th in favor of the Hillsboro Barbers. 3-2 pitch out of Hope. Hard hit ball gets into left field. Cooney gets a second hit of the game on at first. Gillespie sends it back in, making sure that's all he gets. And Cooney on for a 3rd time in the ball game, reaching once on an error, and now back-to-back singles for him. So 1 on with 1 away.
Number 32, Ian Lawson.
And Ian Lawson next. He is 1 for 3 in this ball game, had the RBI double back in the first. State tournament coverage on 541radio.com, presented by Sportsman's Warehouse. They have everything you need for your next camping, hunting, or fishing excursion. Sportsman's Warehouse, take it outside. First pitch misses for ball 1 against Lawson. Hope's 1-0 pitch with Cooney at first. Ground ball towards short, could be 2. Johnson to Lucido. To Stone, not in time again by a half step. So they get 1 out of 2 on the double play attempt. 6-4 the put out to get Cooney at second. And Lawson will get on with a fielder's choice. I think that happened to him back in the 5th inning as well. He was the guy that just beat out the relay throw on the double play attempt back in the 5th inning as well. 2 down. Patrick Mushkat at the plate, 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a single, an RBI single at that. He hits with a man at first and 2 down. First pitch swinging, he pops it foul back behind home for strike 1. Peyton Hope trying to keep it a 1-run ball game. Doc Stewarts will have the top of their lineup coming up in the 7th inning, looking to try and score at least 1 run to send it into extras. The 0-1 pitch out of Hope. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Doc's last night against Corvallis. We're leading 3-1 in the 7th inning, but Corvallis scores 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. They win it on a walk-off wild pitch to stay in the winner's bracket. So a heartbreaker last night for the Docs. They're looking to avoid heartbreak here tonight. The 1-1, strike 2, taking an off speed on the outside corner. And Mushkat down to a 1-2 count here with 2 away in the top of the 7th. Peyton Hope checks first before coming set. Delivers to the plate, the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Tag was applied, but no, they're not going to get the out call. Coach Shaver not happy about that one as he marches out towards the grass apron or down the third base side, but he won't really go out and put up a complaint about that one. I don't think it would have done him any good anyways. He wanted strike 3, though. Mushkat gets second life here, a 2-2 count. Lawson takes his lead at first. The delivery from Hope goes all the way to the backstop, lost his handle on that. Leishner's got to get to it quick. Up to second base goes Lawson. Wild pitch there to the backstop. Takes it to a full count. That one over the top of the head of Patrick Mushkat, who's not a small guy. That one sailing to the backstop for Peyton Hope. No way around it. Now a base knock could possibly bring in a run with a man at second. Mushkat, 3-2. Ground ball hit hard towards short. Knocked down by Johnson. His throw to Stone, and the Ducks head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Down by 1, preserving the 1-run deficit with some good defense behind Peyton Hope here in the top of the 7th inning. Docs get the 3 outs they need. Can they get the 1 run to keep this game going? Maybe 2 to walk off with a victory? We'll find out. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Don't go anywhere. We wrap up day 2 from the state tournament on 541radio.com, and you're listening to Docs Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Barbers in the 7th inning, and they got no run.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The season on the line for both teams here. It's a 4-3 ball game. Doc Stewarts need 1 to force extra innings and 2 to win in a walk-off. For the Hillsboro Barbers, it comes down to this. They need 3 outs to try and stay in the state tournament. Michael Bennett on the mound to continue pitching. He came on in relief in the 5th inning. He has done nothing but retire 4 straight batters, 2 of them with strikeouts. He'll face off against Doran Gillespie to lead things off. Top of the order for the Doc Stewarts. Gillespie is 1 for 3 with a double his last time up. Part of the 3-run 5th inning for the Docs that got him back into the ball game. First pitch of the 7th. It's fouled back to the netting for Doran Gillespie. Well, tournament coverage online continues tomorrow. It's sponsored by Little Caesars. For a limited time, Little Caesars has a large 5-meat pizza with extra cheese for only $9. Get it hot and ready for pickup from 4 to 8 o'clock. 0-1 pitch here for Gillespie from Michael Bennett. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. First at bat for Gillespie against Bennett in this one. Home crowd looking for a little bit of home cooking. Didn't like that strike call on the outside corner. 0-2 pitch here for Bennett against Gillespie. He gets a hold of one in the air to center field. Mickey Thompson calling for it. And out of the night sky, he makes the first out. 1 away, and Garrett Russell up next. Russell 1 for 2 in this one. Had a sac bunt for an RBI back in the 5th.
Next batter, number 1.
2 outs left to go for the Doc Stewarts on their season unless they can get 1 run to extend it or 2 to win it. First pitch for Thompson. He'll step off before he delivers. Russell had a bunt single back in the 3rd. Playing in a bit is Justin Herzog at 3rd. Russell, first pitch, inside for ball 1. Tournament coverage online also is sponsored by Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. There's a strike on that outside corner. Continues to be live out there. They got to know that corner. He's calling it out there. The 1-1 to Russell, and he fouls it away for strike 2. Doc's season on the line here. The 1-2 pitch from Bennett. Pitch is high for ball 2. Not by much. Stick with us in the postgame no matter what happens. We'll have your Roseburg Disposal postgame show to recap the game. 2-2, Russell, a check swing. First base side goes foul. We'll get another look at a 2-2 pitch out of Michael Bennett. Doc's looking to get the game-tying run on base. See if they can keep their season alive. They're down to their final 2 outs. Russell been wearing a knee brace on his left knee after that final series against Medford. He sprained his knee just a bit. 2-2 pitch to him here from Bennett. Swing and a miss at a pitch a mile outside. Breaking ball just kept tailing away from him. 2 down, and the Doc Stewarts, their season on life support. Up to hit will be Jonathan Stone trying to keep it going.
The next batter, number 15.
Stone 1 for 3 in this ball game. He's got the power to find an extra base hit for him. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Doc Stewart's trying to come back and win against Hillsboro after trailing 4-0 in this one. The 0-1 pitch to Stone. Takes for strike 2. It's going to come down to this. 1 strike left to go in the at-bat for Jonathan Stone. He'll have to get on to keep the Doc Stewart season alive here. The 0-2 pitch from Bennett. Fouled back. Hillsboro's dugout ready to explode with a victory here. Their season on the brink as well. Zach Holland waiting on deck as the DH. 0-2 pitch for Stone. Strike 3 called. Jonathan Stone lets strike 3 go by. A breaking ball that will finish the season out for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. They gave it an effort, but could not overcome the Barbers in this one. Doc Stewarts fall 4-3 against the Hillsboro Barbers, who move on. Tomorrow the Barbers will face Mid-Valley in an elimination game to start out the day. The Doc Stewarts will continue to host the tournament, but will no longer be a part of it. Well, folks, the season comes to an end for your Dr. Stewarts. It's been a fun one. A great season to see this team make a run here to the state tournament, even if they were the host team. This was a team that was going to be in the postseason one way or another. Unfortunately, this postseason didn't last very long for them. But a very young team that's got a bright future in front of them after a very successful year here in 2018. I look forward to seeing what they bring back next year. The 2018 season comes to an end for the Doc Stewarts, but the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament continues tomorrow morning online at 541radio.com. We will come back with the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break on CBS Sports Radio 1490, The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Reese's Pieces. Popcorn with butter.
Starburst.
Popcorn.
Okay.
Skittles. Popcorn.
Swedish Fish.
Oh. Reese's Pieces.
Best snack for movies? Oh, buttered popcorn.
Okay. We're back here in the postgame show as the Doc Stewarts will fall against the Hillsboro Barbers. 4-3 your final score. And the season comes to an end for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts here in 2018. Group of guys out in left field. I want to say they're consoling Jet Black, and I'm not sure why they are consoling Jet necessarily. Didn't have a terrible game. Did score a run in this one. I don't recall any major issues in right field for him, but he's out there, seems to have a few guys consoling him out there in left field. Season comes to an end, though, for the Doc Stewarts. Moving on, Hillsboro, they'll face Mid-Valley tomorrow as the Barbers will take on the Southpaws and continue their postseason. Let's look at the final scoreboard numbers brought to you by Garrettson Building Supplies, offering a wide range of high-quality lumber, plywood, and building-related materials. That's Garrettson Building Supplies, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Barbers, 7 men left on base. For the Doc Stewarts, 3 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 6 men left on base. The numbers there, 2 runs in the top of the second inning for the Barbers. They scored another run in the 4th, a run in the 5th, and that would be enough for them to get the victory here. Doc Stewart's, all 3 of their runs coming in the bottom of the 5th. Getting the win is Blake Crippen as he pitches 4 2/3 innings, picks up the victory. Zach Mandera takes the loss, giving up 3 runs over the first 3 1/3 innings of his time on the mound. And getting a save is Michael Bennett. Get our game recap here, brought to you by the News Review Sports section. For more on today's game, make sure you pick up a copy of the News Review print edition. It'll be coming out on Tuesday, the next time that they send out a print edition, but you can always check them out online at nrtoday.com. Well, it was 2 runs there in the top of the first on just 1 hit, but an error and 2 walks in the frame from Zach Mandera allowed the Barbers to take a lead. Their second run coming in on a wild pitch, the first one coming in on a double by Ian Lawson. A run in the top of the 4th stretched their lead to 3-0. They get that run on a wild pitch from Zach Mandera, and he would come out of the game there in the 4th after giving up 3 runs over 3 1/3 inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. An added run in the top of the 5th for the Barbers, and that made it a 4-0 score at the time. The run coming in on a single by Patrick Mushkat, 4-0 at the time. But in the bottom of the 5th, Doc Stewarts were able to go on a 2-out rally. It started out with a walk to Jet Black, got him on base. A double by Doran Gillespie helped move things around. And then Garrett Russell pushed across 1 run. Jonathan Stone drove in a run with a single. And Brody Black got a single to get on base. Then Luke Lucido drove in another run with a single. And the Docs would get 3 runs across. They finished it out, though, as they drive Blake Crippen out of the game. He gives up 3 runs, all earned on 8 hits. He had 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, all in 4 2/3 innings worked. He comes out of the game. Michael Bennett took over. He struck out Cody Johnson to finish off the inning and the threat by the Doc Stewarts. And then it was scoreless baseball the rest of the way through. Michael Bennett shutting the door, going 2 1/3 innings, gave up no hits, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Peyton Hope came on in relief in the 4th inning for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts and did a pretty decent job over the final 3 2/3. He gave up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. And let's see here. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. He came in the 4th inning. The team was down, so yes, he doesn't take the loss there. For a moment there, I almost thought the Peyton Hope might have taken the loss, but no, it does go against Zach Mandera. So that's your game recap, again, brought to you by the News Review Sports section. Check them out online at nrtoday.com. We'll go ahead and take our final break of the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. We come back with a look more at some of the numbers for you, and we'll wrap up the 2018 season for the Doc Stewarts, but get you ready for tomorrow's action from the state tournament as we continue our coverage online at 541radio.com. You've been watching 2018 American Legion Baseball on the state tournament online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. Back with more online at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Come back here with more of the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal for those of you watching online at 541radio.com. Our coverage online is presented by Virginia Everard. Building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. You can give her a call at 541-671-5296. Well, it's a disappointing way to finish out the season for the Doc Stewarts. A pair of one-run losses here at the state tournament. And for a couple of guys, it's probably going to be a swan song for them. Not too many, but a couple will wrap up the year here tonight. So, unfortunately, that is going to be the way their Doc careers finish. And for a couple guys, you know, it's a taste of it, but you always end up wanting more when it ends this way. And unfortunately for those guys, they won't have a chance to come back for more. We'll talk more about that here in a moment as we continue on with the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let's look at your individual numbers from tonight's contest. Blake Crippen gets the win. We'll run through his pitching numbers again. 4 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Michael Bennett gets the save, 2 1/3 innings, no runs, no hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. On the other side, Zach Mandera takes the loss, goes 3 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. Peyton Hope came on in relief, didn't factor into the decision, gets 3 2/3. He gives up 4 hits, 1 run, it was earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts for Peyton Hope in relief. Offensive numbers for the Hillsboro Barbers, 1 for 4 for Mickey Thompson, struck out once as well. Rowan Ramsey goes 0 for 2, but scored twice, reaching on 2 walks. Christian Cooney goes 2 for 4 with a run scored. Ian Lawson went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Patrick Mushkat goes 1 for 2 with a run scored, an RBI, and 2 walks. Dylan McNeil 0 for 2. Justin Herzog 0 for 2. And Jared Gordon goes 1 for 2 in the game. Had a walk in there as well. Alex Garcia 0 for 2, and in relief, Brian Bafaro, a pinch hit appearance, he goes 0 for 1 with a strikeout. On the other side for the Doc Stewarts, 8 hits in the ball game. They out-hit the Barbers but could not capitalize on those hits. 1 for 4 for Doran Gillespie, a run scored. Garrett Russell 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jonathan Stone 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Brody Black goes 3 for 3 in the ball game. Luke Lucido goes 1 for 3 with an RBI. Cody Johnson 0 for 2. Kyler Leischner 0 for 3. Cade Meisner goes 1 for 3, and Jet Black goes 0 for 2 with a run scored in the ball game. And that is a look at the numbers for the Doc Stewarts here tonight against the Hillsboro Barbers. In the postgame show, we like to name our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game, your locally owned residential heating and cooling specialist. That's Roseburg Refrigeration. I'm going to keep a trend that was pretty fun to watch throughout this season. I'm going to keep it going here. Didn't happen every game, but it sure did happen a lot of games. Our player interview will be our player of the game. Brody Black is going to earn our player of the game after going 3 for 3 in this contest with 3 singles. A great way for him to finish out the season as the Doc Stewart's DH. And he goes 3 for 3. A guy you just ask him all he needs to do is hit, and that's exactly what he did here tonight. He could finish the season as the top hitter for the Doc Stewarts. We'll have to look at the final numbers here in just a little bit. But Brody Black, our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game, Want to give credit to guys like Garrett Russell, though, who will age out of the system, won't be able to come back next year. After graduating this year, his time with the Doc Stewarts will come to an end. Unfortunately, it ends with a 0-2 appearance at the state tournament. Also want to give credit to Kyler Leishner, who will also be aging out of the program. Zach Mandera, a guy who not necessarily expected to come back for next year. Zach Mandera might be focusing on football come next summer. May not be with the team. At least that's the early indications. We'll see if that story holds true coming up next summer. So a couple of the guys there we may be saying goodbye to, but there'll be some more young talent to come up. Doc Stewart's got a lot of young talent that they have on the team right now that'll be back next year. In fact, a large majority of this team has a chance to come back, including guys like Cody Johnson, who could come back after a freshman year in college. And trying to think of some of the other guys that are like that as well. Luke Lucido, I believe, can come back next year as well after his freshman year of college. Brody Black might be on that edge. I'm not sure, actually, about that. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But he may have a chance to come back. So there's a few guys that will have a chance to come back. Really looking forward for those guys coming back after being very experienced Doc Stewart's players to see them in a uniform again next year. And then a lot of guys that got a lot of good minutes in their first year with the Doc Stewarts this season. Really look forward to seeing what they have coming up next year. Guys like Doran Gillespie, Jonathan Stone, Caden Johnson, Cade Meisner here, Jet Black, a lot of guys, Zach Holland, Jay Stoffel, a lot of guys that got some really good minutes. Peyton Hope will be back next year, Jacob Luther, a lot of guys that will have an opportunity to come back after strong years this year for the Doc Stewarts. And this team should be something to watch coming up next season. Also, you get Spencer Six back after a year that was taken away by an injury for him. So, a lot to look forward to, and this year was hopefully just the first step in the comeback for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts with this program trying to get back to prominence around the state. All that said, it's a bit of a disappointing night here at the ballpark as the Doc Stewart season comes to an end. Best of luck to the Hillsboro Barbers, and congratulations to them on keeping their season alive. Let's take a look at the schedule for tomorrow. It'll be the Hillsboro Barbers taking on the Mid-Valley Southpaws in another elimination game. It starts out at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Then you've got the Salem Withnell Dodgers taking on the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen in another elimination game at 4 o'clock. And then the game between the two unbeatens, it's Medford, the Mustangs, taking on the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags at 7 o'clock to wrap up day 3 of the tournament. One of those teams will be losing their first game of the tournament. Medford looking to win their 5th straight state title. They beat Dallas last year for the championship, so this should be a fun match coming up tomorrow night. That's going to wrap it up here for us, folks. We want to say thanks to the Hillsboro Barbers. They've always been a pleasure to work with when we've been covering them against the Doc Stewarts, so thanks to head coach Joe Duran and the Barbers here tonight. As always, want to say thanks to head coach Scott Shaver and the entire Doc Stewart's baseball program, including assistant coaches Tom Nielsen and Eric Savage, the entire Doc Stewart's baseball team for allowing me to bug them all throughout the season, take up that front seat in the van from time to time, forcing guys to squeeze in the back seats. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun group to cover here this year. Just added to another list of the teams that I've had a pleasure to cover here with the Doc Stewarts throughout the summers. Want to say thanks to the Roseburg Post-16 American Legion and the Umpqua Lions Club for all that they do for this program, running the Lions Den, putting things together for the Legion baseball team, and most importantly for what they're doing here with the state tournament at Legion Field. This is an awesome event. I hope it comes back here again next year because it's been a lot of fun to be a part of it so far, and I think Legion Field is a great place to have it again and again if we get the opportunity to do so. So thanks to everybody that makes this work. There's a lot of people that will go unknown that all the work that they've put in to help put on this event. So thanks to everybody doing that. Back in the studio, big thanks to Brenton Cranford and Cruz Ivanez for running the radio side of the production tonight on 1490 The Score. Thanks to those guys, along with Chance Terrell, who have been doing the work throughout the season, covering, helping us cover Doc Stewart's baseball here on the radio. Want to say thanks to my wife, Angela Kieran, who's come up and helped out from time to time on the video production side of things. And also thanks to her for just putting up with me being gone so much throughout the summer. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan folks, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. Really appreciate everybody tuning in, whether you listen on the radio or watch online. Without you guys, none of this is possible. So thank you so much, and a big thanks to all of our sponsors for Doc Stewart's Baseball on the radio and online throughout the summer. It has been a pleasure and a joy. I hope that we get a chance to do it again for you all next year on the radio and online. All that said, the summer's not over for me. We still got more Legion baseball to go tomorrow. While it may not include the Doc Stewarts, we'll still be bringing you every game from the state tournament online. None of the games going to be on the radio anymore, but all the games online. And it starts tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon as we continue our coverage of the American Legion State Tournament online at 541radio.com. It's presented by Virginia Everard. She'll work hard with any budget or life situation to help you take the next step to selling or buying a house. Find her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Well, folks, it's been a longer post-game show. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Doc Stewart's baseball season comes to an end. They finish out 22-22 overall this year. We'll look forward to talking to you online tomorrow at 1 o'clock when Hillsboro faces Mid-Valley. It's a 5-minute pregame show starting at 12:55 online. So stay with us for that coming up tomorrow afternoon as we continue our coverage from the American Legion State Championship Tournament. Have a great evening, everybody. It's been a fun summer. We look to finish it out over the next couple of days here from the state tournament. Signing off from Legion Field for the final time here on the radio, I'm Joey Keyran. Have a wonderful evening and a great tomorrow. This has been Doc Stewart's Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. All right, guys, so